What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for NBA playoffs, Thursday, May 2nd. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's NBA slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay, we have a one-game slate between the Toronto Raptors and the Philadelphia 76ers. So of course, we've got Kawhi Leonard and Joel Embiid as our two superstars of this game. They're priced about the same, and I think they've got about the same upside. Kawhi Leonard's going to be highly owned. Joel Embiid will be the contrarian play because he's got a bad matchup, and he's only produced 26 and 30 fantasy points in the first two games versus the Raptors. Marc Gasol has been keeping Embiid in check, which is going to drop his ownership. I'm going to have my fair share of Embiid captain lineups because Embiid still has 50-60 point upside even in this matchup. So I'll have plenty of Kawhi, plenty of Embiid. Getting into some of the other players, I like Pascal Siakam from the Toronto Raptors playing the Philadelphia 76ers, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall, and they give up the 9th most fantasy points to opposing power forwards. Pascal Siakam has scored 44, 39, and 40 fantasy points in the last 3 games of the playoffs, averaging 33.2 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 32 minutes per game with a 21% usage rate. Pascal Siakam played 40 minutes last game. He had a 31% usage rate, super productive with 44 fantasy points. Pascal Siakam is $9,800 DraftKings salary. He's $600 more on FanDuel, projected at 36.6 fantasy points here tonight. That's 4.6 times value. I think that projection is low. I'm looking at a 40 fantasy point game from Pascal Siakam. I think he's going to get near 40 minutes again. There's an implied total of 217 points in this game. The matchup is good, so I like Pascal Siakam here versus the Philadelphia 76ers. So our DFS tools for MLB baseball are now live and working. You can click on the MLB tab to change sports and check the tools out for baseball. They're really helpful. They're going to save you guys a ton of research time. Remember, we added projected ownership, and that will be updating throughout the day as injury news changes. We also added the fantasy points per minute stat here for each player, and we also added a stat that's new to the industry. We call it the hit percentage, and it's the percent chance this player has to hit value at his current DFS salary. And you can access all these new stats even on mobile devices by tapping the dash rank icon. Okay, my next pick. Probably my favorite pick on this slate. I like Jimmy Butler from the Philadelphia 76ers playing the Toronto Raptors. They've got a middle-of-the-pack defense overall, and they're middle-of-the-pack defending opposing shooting guards. Jimmy Butler has scored 56, 20, and 29 fantasy points in the last 3 games of the playoffs, averaging 36.2 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 34 minutes per game with a 22% usage rate. Jimmy Butler played 42 minutes last game, and he played 37 minutes in the game before that. Jimmy Butler is $9,200 DraftKings salary. He's $300 more on FanDuel, projected at 36 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.1 times value. Jimmy Butler has to put on his Superman cape if they want to get past the Toronto Raptors. He's got to be clutch Jimmy buckets. His ownership is going to be high. A lot of people are going to be point chasing after that 56 fantasy point game. But his price is right, and he makes a good captain spot. So watch out for Jimmy Butler here versus the Toronto Raptors. Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups. Okay, now for some lower salary picks. I like Marc Gasol from the Toronto Raptors playing the Philadelphia 76ers, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall, and they give up the 12th most fantasy points to opposing centers. Marc Gasol has scored 24, 20, and 25 fantasy points in the last 3 games of the playoffs, averaging 34.4 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 31 minutes per game with a 20% usage rate. Marc Gasol has been underperforming in these playoffs. He's due for a big game. Marc Gasol is $6,800 DraftKings salary. He's $300 more on FanDuel, projected at 32.9 fantasy points here tonight. That's 6.5 times value. Marc Gasol got 34 minutes last game. They need him to keep Joel Embiid in check. I think they both get sloppy tonight, and both of them go off for big games. So I like Marc Gasol here versus the Philadelphia 76ers. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $100 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won, and then we'll send you $100 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, another low salary pick. I like JJ Redick from the Philadelphia 76ers. JJ Redick has scored 14, 26, and 16 fantasy points in the last 3 games of the playoffs, averaging 27.4 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 31 minutes per game with a 22% usage rate. JJ Redick is $5,800 DraftKings salary, and he's $200 less on FanDuel. So I love that price on both sites. Projected at 27.8 fantasy points here tonight. That's 6 times value. This is a home game, a fast-paced game, a game that JJ Redick needs to hit those shots. You'll be happy with 20 plus fantasy points at this price. I think JJ Redick gets there no problem. So I like JJ Redick here versus the Toronto Raptors. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.